You lost me, Lord, help me understand. Patiently waiting. They say it's my time, don't even feel like I made it. Running to the M&M's, I know this all in the shady. Thought I fell off, had a couple niggas try to replace me. Fell back, but you can't replace me. No. Nah. Can't replace me. No way. Nah. Can't replace me. No. Thought I fell off. Can't replace me. Where you go? Can't replace me. No. Try to never snitch that up your reputation. In and out the joint, up on a few revocations.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Real Talk Podcast. We are about to get it in tonight. We are doing something different. You heard of the Breakfast Club? This is.
Well, who are
what
we?
you eat at night?
We are the Supper Club.
Supper.
What did I call it? What did I say?
Dinner.
Oh, the dinner crew. The dinner crew. The dinner
Now,
crew.
you know, that's really
All right.
unfortunate. He couldn't think of the given name.
That I gave us. Right. So no, seriously, guys. Welcome to the Real Talk Podcast, aka the Dinner Crew. We are here. I have two beautiful young ladies sitting in with us, and we're gonna see what you guys think and how you guys love them. We have to my left, we have Wanda B in the building.
Hey.
And then
Salmon and broccoli for dinner.
salmon and broccoli for dinner. Okay, and then to my right, we have Lady Crystal. Say what's up, guys.
Hello.
You guys are looking good. Everything's looking good. And I am here with the one and only, the Chicago Fly Guy in the building.
And you know this?
I gotta do it. Bum, 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 bum. And I'm your man, Simeon. And we are here on IntellectualRadio.com. And we're about to have some fun. So I hope you guys are ready. But today is a day where we have to talk about something serious. We have lost a great man. A great man has done a lot for this country. He's done a lot for our people. He's been in so many different movements. We're going to get into it, but we're going to talk about Reverend Jesse Jackson today. We're going to talk about him and his contribution to this country, to Black people, and what he meant to us right here in Chicago, where he lived. I was fortunate enough to hang out with him this past year. I put the picture up on my social media, but it's just one of those things where Jesse Jackson, Reverend Jesse Jackson, it's so many things you can say about him. He's an African-American civil rights activist. He walked side by side with Dr. Martin Luther King. And one thing I loved about him, I loved the way he used to rhyme. And I got to meet him for the first time when I spoke at Operation Push, and I did a video. I'm gonna put the video up for you guys. But he was just a real cool guy.
Yeah, Reverend Jackson was all that. I mean, we are definitely sad about his transition from this life to the afterlife. But Reverend Jesse Jackson left such a invaluable legacy for all of us. He really taught us how to move, how to maneuver, how to be resilient, how to be perseverance. He was 84 years young, and he taught us the effects of voting. He taught us how important it was for capitalizing on our rights. And all of that. He was with Dr. King when Dr. King was assassinated. Not only was he with Dr. King, but he saw what the brutality that Congressman John Lewis suffered on the Edmunds Pettus Bridge. He witnessed the Birmingham bus boycott when Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat, and so much more. Operation Breadbasket to Operation Push. He led a boycott of Nike, because Nike was not hiring Black executives, but Black people were spending their money on Nike products. So that's what I took away from the legacy and love of Reverend Jesse Louis Jackson Sr. And if I could just live up to 5% of that, I would feel accomplished.
Well, I
already feel established.
You already got 3%.
Hey.
Oh, look
You
at
already
that.
Hey. Well, I appreciate that, but how does he impact the women in our community and our culture? Wanda, how did the legacy of Reverend Jesse Louis Jackson Sr. impact Wanda B?
I thought back on the times that my father took me by Rainbow Push. Also, many of the things would be the same things that you mentioned. He is the legacy to the fight. And a lot of times I think about the things I've been able to do because he paved the way. And the things he's done in Chicago to feed people, Operation Breadbasket, so many different things. I am somebody. I said, you know what? I
I
gotta
love that.
start telling people,
Man, look.
saying that more often. I need to bring that
Bring it
back
back.
to the little
He
people
said,
I know.
might be poor, but I am somebody. I might not be the smartest, but I am somebody. I might not be the tallest, but I am somebody.
And we need to bring that back because I do think a lot of the youth don't have people bringing that up in them,
Yes.
making
yes.
them command that part of themselves.
Mm,
And we need that again. So
yes.
I said, you know what? I'm gonna start younger people. I'm gonna start making them say that to me.
There it is.
That's an affirmation. How did he
What do you
impact you,
think?
Lady Crystal?
Honestly, like him being a good old Southern boy, I feel feelings today. I feel like we really lost a great piece of Black history and Black excellence today. So I'm feeling it. It's really like eye opening that we had this history tangible to us like for so many years,
Yeah.
and now it's gone.
Yeah.
So we have to
I
hold
agree.
closely those elders in our community because they hold our history
That
Where
are
the books
among
don't-
us.
Yeah, where the books don't tell us, go talk to them. They have that, they hold that history. So we lost a tangible piece of Black history today in Black History Month, but so grateful for all that he has done for the civil rights movement, for the Black community as a whole. Yeah, it's a sad day, but I'm inspired by him. I'm
He's
inspired.
spoken like a true Southern belle.
That's right.
She
Speaking
calls
of
him a
the
Southern
elders,
boy.
Speaking of the elders, all we got to do is talk to Fly Guy.
See, he always got
Here we go.
jokes. He always got
We're not
jokes.
going there with him.
But that's okay because you know what? Lady Crystal brought up the key component of what we know the most about Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr., and that is that he was in the fight
In the
for
fight.
civil
Yeah.
rights.
Yes.
Now, how resilient would we have to have been? I can honestly say I couldn't have stood a sit-in. I couldn't have been knocked down on the Edmonds Predis Bridge, got up, and then went back the next week. I couldn't have put my suit on, my Sunday go to meeting suit, because that's what they had on.
Yeah.
And they were spit upon.
I know. I honestly know I would have fought. I would have fought.
Dr. King would have put you out of the
I know.
nonviolent
Panthers,
movement.
But
brother.
I know he would have. Then they would have gave me an intervention, and I said, "Okay, Dr. King,
I
I
quit.
get it. We got to take it. We got to take it." But my initial reaction, I
Would
would
be
swing back.
right when he said nonviolence. I'm like nonviolence. I'm getting it.
Oh, did you mean we can? I thought you meant if they hit you first, you can hit back.
Dr. King said he had the hardest time with nonviolence in Chicago.
Oh,
He
man.
said, "Y'all like
And
to play
Marquette
back.
Park.
Right.
Y'all like to play back. Y'all don't
But
play
that's
that."
what I'm saying. That's. But it's one of those things like, they say turn the other cheek, and I've been privy to that where I had to turn the other cheek, where I had to not say what I wanted to say because of where I come from, who I represent, and what I'm trying to accomplish. So when you're trying to change the narrative, you have to know your audience. You have to know where you're at, what's going on, what you can do, how you can do it, and then you can move forward.
Now, one of the things that was interesting about Reverend Jesse Jackson is on November 3rd, 1983, Reverend Jackson announced his campaign for president of the United
Yes.
States in the 1984 election. He was the second African-American male to run for president after Frederick Douglass. And he was the second Black after Shirley Chisholm. So Shirley Chisholm, we know, was the first Black person, but she was also the first woman.
Yes.
And that's phenomenal. To mount a nationwide campaign for president as a Democrat. However, Jackson's candidacy divided support amongst Black politicians, even prominent African Americans such as Coretta Scott King, because every Black person didn't believe Reverend Jackson was going to win. Now, how does that make us feel when we think about, can we get together, y'all?
I saw, and I was little, but I heard Black people actually saying, "I'm not gonna vote for him. I don't even know why he's running." I'm like, "What are you
I remember
talking
that
about?
too.
He's running because he's trying to help us." One thing I liked about Reverend Jackson, he said, "It won't be me on the ballot. It will be us on the ballot." y'all gonna make me start preaching tonight. He said it's gonna be us on the ballot because he stood for us. People always had something to say about, well, Dr. King did this and did that. He was right there with him.
Yes.
You know, thank God that we didn't lose him as well, because he was able to keep going and keep the fight going. And then people like Al Sharpton and Malcolm X and people came along to help keep the fight going. But we have to start coming together.
We do. And we kind of talked about this in a episode a week or so ago about unifying.
Right.
And during Black History Month, I think that's something we should adopt. Can anybody agree?
I agree.
Dinner crew, can we agree? Yes.
We unifying.
agree.
We can agree.
So the dinner crew is unified.
We
For everybody
unified.
tuning in and everybody
This
watching.
collective, we've
I'm wearing
agreed.
my afro tonight.
That part. The dinner crew is unified because now, don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting that you should vote for a Black person just because they're black. Because when Colin Powell was running for president, I didn't see eye to eye with him. But I saw eye to eye with President Barack Obama, and I saw eye to eye with Kamala Harris, because they were speaking to issues that were concerns for me: affordable health care and making things affordable for families. I think healthcare is the biggest thing for me. So what resonated with you guys when we looked at other Black leaders coming in to be the commander in chief and speak to us as a community, as individuals, and as a collective?
Okay, so W.E.B. Du Bois speaks on like double consciousness. So like that was something that was a heavy topic when Obama was the president, because it's like you have to have this twofold awareness of I'm Black and I'm the president. It's not a both and scenario where other candidates can be like, I'm the president, and that means I'm a white man. So it's like there's this twofold thing of like you have to find a way to like kind of tread the line of being Black and tread the line of being president. So it's complex.
And that's the thing, what you just said, Lady Crystal. When you're put in a position, and sometimes people just don't understand that. You're put in a position, like I'll use our mayor, for example. He's a Black mayor. People wanted to compare him to Harold Washington and things like that. But he's not Harold Washington. He is who he is. But the thing is, now you have to try to be cognizant of being a Black man, but also you're still the mayor of the city of all the people.
Exactly.
So now you have to try to make decisions as a Black man that can help Black people, but can help all people, because you don't want them to be like, well, he only doing this for the Black people. He ain't doing nothing for other
That
people.
becomes a struggle for all politicians,
Yeah,
Black
that's right.
politicians, to learn how to do that.
And I think honestly, like going back to the Obama era, I remember it being just like the significance of what it meant, like what it represented. The hope it wasn't like Black people was like everything about to change tomorrow. It was really just the fact of like to see that gave hope and life to a community that had been oppressed for so many years. It still is. But it's like, you know, when you have those wins, it's kind of hard to be like, I'm holding you to the, you know, I'm your constituent. I'm holding you accountable for this. When you're more so like, wow, we did it. You know what I'm saying? We were very stuck in that wow.
Exactly.
That we didn't think about what are the issues again.
Right.
He ran on like we don't even remember.
Right.
We know he was a Black man.
It was yes, we can.
Yes.
It was yes,
Yes,
we
we
can.
But that's why it's better if you're gonna run for politics and you're a Black man or a Black woman to be light skinned.
That is not.
He always
He just took us backwards.
Exactly. We talking about unified, and now he's talking about light skinned Blacks versus dark skinned Blacks. Right, exactly.
Hey, deep down in y'all heart, you know it's better when you ambiguous. No, first of all, I'm the darkest thing at this table. I'm the darkest thing at this table besides his hat.
It don't.
In your shirt.
It don't matter.
You still Black.
But you still Black and you still proud. Now, if you would like to join the conversation, you can hit us at 708-223-8953. This is Real Talk at Intellectual Radio, where we feed our brains. Once more, and again, you can hit us up at 708-223-8953 and let us know what Jesse Jackson meant to you. Now, Push began in 1971. People united to save humanity. Wanda B, when you hear that, people united to save humanity, how does that make you feel? What emotion do you attach to that? Right, Black Panther.
I'm black and I'm proud. I really today, when I looked at his legacy, the Operation Push, and the family talking to who talked about the impact on their homes growing up, and just pride, really felt a sense of pride, and it really made me want to say I am somebody. It was true. And hope, yes, keep hope alive.
And that's so important. And you know, in the Bible it says, as a man thinketh, so is he. That's mankind. So as you think of yourself, you have to continue to motivate yourself, motivate the people around you, because this is what helps you get that yes. When you get a no here and a no there, and then you decide that I'm gonna keep going. And then one day you get that yes, but it's because you never gave up. It's because you kept going, and you listen to people like Martin Luther King. You listen to Jesse Jackson, John Lewis, what's his name? Les Brown, Simeon Henderson. You listen to these motivators.
He's symbolic.
Fly guy. No, I'm saying but I'm saying fly guy. I'm speaking of then and now. Yeah. You listen to these people that motivate you, and it pushes you past what you thought you couldn't do or what you couldn't be.
You know what's crazy? They were playing the I Have a Dream speech when I was at the gym this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is crazy that this is still so relevant. Everything he's saying is still touching something that's going on.
Yes.
That is crazy. It was in 1963?
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. But also it's like the fact that when I listened to it, I did feel empowered. I did feel inspired. And it was like, okay, I need to do something. And it's like, we have to keep going back to those things, because as long as things are the way that they are, we can still reference those Jesse Jacksons, the Martin Luther King Jr.'s, the Stokely Carmichaels. We can still reference them because what they're saying still matters.
It's still relevant. Now, Push began on Christmas Day in 1971. At its inception, Reverend Jackson planned to orient Operation Push toward politics and to pressure politicians to work for improving economic opportunities for Blacks and poor people of all races. So we can't say that although he was militant and a part of the civil rights movement, that his vision was only for Black people. I think Jesse Jackson saw beyond race and saw humanity.
Definitely.
So with that being stated, and understanding what it means to push, how can we integrate the next generation with understanding the key components and elements of who Reverend Jesse Jackson was and what the mission of his purpose was? He was always committed to a cause greater than himself. And I think the next generation is misunderstood. They don't vote. I've heard people say they don't want to vote. Jesse Jackson was all about voting rights. I've heard the next generation say that they're not really advocates for anything other than what is important for them. If it's not important to them, exactly. You see, you have to remove all of that is opposite of who Reverend Jackson was. But as a Black man and looking at young, gifted, and Black children, our youth, how can we instill that excellence in them, Simeon?
We have to remind them. We have to remind them of things like the reason that you have the freedom you have, that you can go here and you can do this, and that you can get a job, is because of the people that came before us. People like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and all that. They actually died for us to have equal rights, for us to go to school with other people, to be able to drink at the fountain, to march, to ride the bus and not have to sit in the back all the time. When I talk to the young people that I work with, I'm always telling them, hey, you have to understand why you have the freedom and the luxuries you have, because somebody that didn't even know you afforded them for you.
That's what's most important, is we have to keep reminding them.
We have to keep telling them.
And
that's what, remember I said this last week, in order for us to change the narrative, we have to continue to have what? The conversation.
Exactly. We have to have the conversation, because the conversation never gets stale and it never gets dated. Looking at Reverend Jesse Jackson, who do we think he meant, and who was he to Black people as a collective? Was he our savior?
No.
Was he our only hope? Was he our ways and means for our existence? Was he the rebellion of how we were to get over? I ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. We shall overcome. is that who Reverend Jackson was for Black people, or is that who Reverend Jackson was for a few people that identified for his cause?
Yeah.
Who was he to Black people?
Yeah.
That's the question.
He was like our modern day Jesus.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's real deep.
Because
a modern day Jesus.
No,
I don't know if I would call him our
Maybe
Jesus.
Moses. Maybe
no. Okay. Let's say Moses. And the reason,
Yeah.
and the reason I say one of the reasons I say I compared a similarity to Jesus is because Jesus laid down his life for us.
Okay.
Martin Luther King laid down his life for us.
So
he
you
put
must have met
Martin Luther King Jr. I mean, that's what I meant. I meant Martin Luther King Jr. I'm sorry.
Jesse
That's what I
Jackson.
was hearing. Martin Luther King Jr. Sorry.
You want me to rephrase the question?
No. Reverend Jesse Jackson was like Moses.
Okay.
Martin Luther King was like Jesus.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Black history, y'all.
That's
Black
what it was.
history.
That's what it was. I'm sorry. I got caught up because I was trying to fix the microphone, and then I heard the end of it. But Jesse Jackson was more like who was the other guy? John the Baptist.
Yes.
He's more like John the Baptist.
Yes.
Just doing the work. When Jesus went around, who picked up the torch? Who did the work? When Martin Luther King, when we lost him, who picked up the torch? Who did the work? Reverend Jesse Jackson was still on the front line, leading and picking up where Dr. Martin Luther King left off.
Yes, Reverend Jackson was 24 years old at that time.
Wow.
So
Wow.
why to be 24 years old in the movement? And then 84 years old. That was 60 years ago.
60 years
60.
of committing your life to helping others. And I think sometimes I will talk to people and sometimes get discouraged because they're not jumping on the bandwagon. For him to stay in 60 years, how he must have sometimes felt like they're not doing what I'm asking. They're not following.
I know.
And to keep fighting. And his children, I want to say thank you to his family because the sacrifice to fight for other people, you take away from your own family.
Because he could have easily just said, you know what? They're not paying attention.
They're not listening.
They're not listening. They're not trying. Trust me, we know how that feels when you try to help people
Exactly.
and you try to encourage people and you feel like they're just not listening. But then there's that one thing that happens that reminds you of why you do what you do.
Exactly.
And you continue. I was driving down the street down Roosevelt and I pointed out where Earl started with Intellectual Radio. I remember up in his apartment. Then I remember over on the side, the little studio in the little I call it office space, right? And then he went from in the apartment, the little studio space, to this space that has a plethora of space, about 6-7 different rooms, and he's affording opportunities to people to make their dreams come true of being a radio personality, a podcaster, and do the things that they want to do.
And one of his reasons for doing it is also for us to have our voices heard.
Yes.
To be able to tell our stories from our mouths.
There it is.
Versus listening to NPR and have other people tell our stories. Give us the opportunity to talk about Reverend Jackson from our perspective.
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly.
This is a moment that he set this up for.
And that is today's moment in Black history.
And that's important because
February 17th, we giving kudos to Earl.
Exactly. We are voices in this world, and all of our voices are empowering. And just like Black Lives Matter, Black voices matter.
Man, come on.
We are who we are.
Know what? I love the dinner crew. What about you guys watching? This is what we need. We have so many podcasts, and they're all necessary. But look at what they're talking about. Look at what they're covering. You have to look at, there's something for everybody, right? And that's why I refuse to go on the buffoonery side, because that's not who I am. That's not who we are. We want to educate. We want
not
to
tap
motivate.
dancing tonight?
No, I ain't tap dancing.
Okay.
I thought you was gonna do a Nicholas Brothers presentation.
I was ready.
All right. I thought he was gonna do a Nicholas Brothers presentation.
Y'all know the only thing I'm doing is cracking jokes and singing.
Oh, you are singing, okay.
Looking back over the years, I guess I shed some tears. I dedicate that to Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Now, as we continue to explore and look back over the life of Reverend Jesse Louis Jackson, he had global influence. Now, Jesse Jackson extended international matters in the 80s and 90s. In 1983, he traveled to Syria to secure the release of a captured American pilot. Navy Lieutenant Robert Goodman was that pilot. That pilot was being held by Syrian government. Goodman had been shot down over Lebanon while on a mission to bomb Syrian positions in the country. After Reverend Jackson made a dramatic personal appeal to President Hafez al-Assad, Goodman was released. Now, Reverend Jackson made a dramatic appeal, which led to the release of the American hostage. After which the Reagan administration, because President Ronald Reagan was in office at the time, the Reagan administration was initially skeptical about Reverend Jackson making the trip and doing the negotiation. But afterwards, Reagan welcomed Jackson and Goodman to the White House on January 4th, 1984. So how profound is Reverend Jackson? So that's when I was talking about his legacy in his life.
Yeah.
How profound is that you're not the commander-in-chief of the country, but you're the voice of the country. You're making decisions while the president is sitting back. The white man is sitting back, and the black man is going over in Syria and making it happen. Follow my lead.
What does that tell you? It doesn't matter what position you're in. The mission doesn't change because you still have a voice, you still have a platform, and trust me, people are going to listen. And that's why you can't get hung up on titles. Oh, I ran for office, but I didn't win. So now you give up? You don't fight anymore? Has there ever been anything, Lady Crystal and Wanda B, that you wanted to do or that you stood for and it seemed like the people weren't supporting, but you kept going?
All the time when it comes to my children, yes.
But see, that's what I'm saying. But that's the difference. Yeah. And when you have that, and that's great point, Fly Guy. I'm glad you brought that up because even though he wasn't the president of the United States, even though Dr. Martin Luther King was gone, John Lewis was gone, he still continued to fight. He grabbed people like Al Sharpton and people of the movement and all that, and they kept going with it. So I think that's what makes the difference.
That makes a real leader when it's not about getting the accolades or having the title.
Come on.
That you came here to do the work. Yeah. He really wanted to help, and it didn't matter whether he had that title of president. He was very presidential in all his actions, title or not. So
that's leadership. That's effective and efficient leadership. Yes.
I wonder if that was, he was like, I can do this.
So, and you know,
I got this.
But he was already,
he was doing it.
He was already ambitious. You know, he already took
like
me.
I might as well run.
Exactly. So this is a man that understood risk management because he had already been in leadership under the civil rights movement. So if I've already withstood hot water being thrown on me and hot coffee in my face, if I've already stood to Connor Bowl Connor in Alabama. If I've already had water holes sprayed on me and dogs unleashed on me, what can happen to me in Syria?
Hey, and then to go over there on your own dime, you're going to another country to intercede for Americans.
Exactly, which made him an effective leader, which I don't even think it should have been a question about voting for him. I think that sometimes if we get on a plane right now and the black pilot comes on, we're gonna be like, uh-oh. The first thing we gonna this old plane.
I'm not.
This old plane. We'll see the flight. We'll see the black flight attendants, and we'll be okay with that. But let it be a female or let it be a black man, and I have. Well, I went to the Virgin Islands when I went to St. Thomas. It was a female Virgin Islands, a female pilot going to the Virgin Islands.
They'd be like, the niggas can serve me drinks, but they can't fly my plane.
That part. That's a problem.
But people think like
a lot of people don't even have a black doctor, but that's a show for another time. Because we
And we're
want
gonna
to
have our
know.
black urologist
We
on the
want to
show.
know credentials.
Yes.
We want to know how educated you are. But see, we don't ask that when it matters for other
You think
people and
you
other
can't do it,
things.
another black person can't do it.
We don't ask
Come on,
that
man.
when the Arab guy walk in the room. We don't flinch. We don't wonder. But if it's a minority, there's never any
Hey, let me
confidence
tell you something.
in our own.
If Lady Crystal or Wanda B is on the plane getting ready to fly and I'm walking in, I'm trying to sit as close as I can to the cockpit. I'm like, they fine. I want to see them fly. I want to see how they look when they flying over the mountains.
Right.
I'm just saying.
As long as you land, that's what you should be trying to figure out. Can you land this? How you gonna do with turbulence, Scum? What you gonna do with that? Are you strong enough to hold it up?
First of all, let me tell you something like this. If I see a black woman pilot, I feel secure because black women has done some outstanding things for this country.
That part
We
right
are
there.
Here. Look, we are here because of black women.
That black woman flying that plane and calling her son, you better get up and get to school.
Did you guys hear about back in the day? There was a kid got hit by a car or something, and the woman lifted the car off of her kid.
No, I didn't hear about that, brother.
Yeah, you heard about, or I heard about it. I was a shorty when I heard about this, and at first I thought it wasn't true. My mom was like, "No, she did. She lifted a black woman, lift that car up off her baby." So don't tell me what a black woman can't do. So I'm gonna tell you right now, if I see a black woman pilot, I'm gonna sleep easy because I know she ain't playing.
She getting us all down.
That part right there. Now we know Operation Breadbasket existed before there was Operation Push. There was Operation Breadbasket. Now Operation Breadbasket was birthed out of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, the SCLC, which was led by Reverend Jackson after being appointed by Dr. King. Now, there was some issues going on. We know sometimes we have a little water and oil mixture. So Ralph Abernathy and Reverend Jackson didn't agree on some things. So Reverend Jackson did like some people do in fraternities and sororities. You know, they started another chapter. And so he left and he branched out and there birthed Operation Push. Now, in 1971, after disputes over control and direction, Reverend Jackson left the SCLC, taking most of the staff and support base from Operation Breadbasket with him. And that started Operation Push. People united to save humanity. The objective was, while Breadbasket focused primarily on jobs through boycotts, Push expanded its scope to include economic, educational, and political advocacy on a national level. Now, we know that with the education component, was birthed also Push Excel, which was Push for Excellence, hence coming to modern day, the Operation Push Higher Ed College Tours, and the Rainbow Push Tours that we know that really are HBCU tours, because Jesse Jackson, Reverend Jackson, was a graduate of the North Carolina A&T. He was an Aggie. He's the man of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Reverend Jackson was just a pillar and very pivotal in all things. Whatever direction he moved in, it was a win at the end of that. And so that's what Operation Breadbasket was about, and Operation Push birthed out of that. Now we know about the Montgomery bus boycott as well. Reverend Jackson was very instrumental in that, with leading Black people and helping them understand the do's and don'ts of what we don't have to accept and what we don't have to take. But I think sometimes we forget about all of that.
Pretty much.
And I think sometimes we take and accept things like we talked a little bit about, not to belabor, but Nicki Minaj and the whole ordeal with being connected to MAGA and Kirk, Charlie Kirk's wife, and all of that, because we think sometimes that if the N word is being used in the room, that they're not talking about us. And I don't understand how we can look at the life of a leader like Reverend Jesse Jackson, who was spit upon, called the N word, and all of that. And to that point, Reverend Jackson didn't want the N word used in entertainment and arts. He didn't want that. And we talked about that last go round.
And I could see how he felt so passionately about that, because you have to remember what he went through, what they went through, being called that, being ostracized, being beat, hit, and just belittled and demeaned.
Oh my
So
God.
it's like one of those things. He's like, no, I'm not accepting that, and I can understand that. So, and it's one of those things where I made a decision. I look at like people like Nicki Minaj and what they're doing and what they're saying, what they're standing for. I made a decision not to talk bad about them. I made a decision not to call them out of their names. You know why? I said, because if that's how they feel and that's what they think, God bless them. Go do you. And why did I say that? Because when I say how I feel and what I believe in, I don't want nobody saying nothing to me. So believe what you believe, think what you think, but I don't have to agree with you. And if I feel a certain way about it, I'll say I don't agree with it. But I'm not going to call you out your name and belittle you, because that goes against what Dr. King and Reverend Jesse Jackson, people like them, what they stood for. So I made that decision. What do you think?
I think sometimes people just do outrageous things to stay relevant. Like
Definitely.
just looking at the
To
career,
keep their names in our
yeah,
mouths.
she had too much coming at her in the rap industry. Like it was a lot of competition coming, and I don't think she felt like she wanted to stay there.
Oh, she was totally irrelevant at the time before
so
she
it was
did
like
this.
something to gain relevance somewhere. Like, a lot of the times when people get that level of fame and notoriety, they chase that if they fall off of that. So it's like you have to make sure you know who you are within first before you can chase fame, because it's empty. Like people will love you today and hate you in an hour.
Man,
and
that's true.
Like you said, 24 hours is a long time now.
Oh, yeah. News 24 hours ago was old.
Man.
What's going on right here and now in real time? That's current.
Man.
And that's what we do at Real Talk.
Yeah.
We bring you current and relevant news. And we brought Nicki Minaj up to show a contradiction of how a person can live their life and look at the template for how a Black woman or a Black man should live under the confinement of a Reverend Jesse Louis Jackson Sr.
You keep throwing me off with the middle name.
Oh, I'm paying homage. Because I'm paying homage. I'm calling him by his full government name today.
I'm in support of it. But
I did not use the hearing the Lewis part.
Right.
I thought you were talking about
No,
wait,
no, we talking about, and on that note, that's the perfect segue. Let me tell you some things that you don't know that you should know about Reverend Jesse Louis Jackson Sr. Now, he was an award winner. 1979, he received the Jefferson Award for the greatest public service benefiting the disadvantaged. In 1988, Reverend Jackson received the NAACP Award, the President's Award. In 1991, he received the American Whig Classific Society's James Madison Award for being a distinguished public servant. In the year 2000, President Bill Clinton awarded Jackson the Presidential Medal of Freedom. And that's just to name a few. He's gone on. He's got some high titles from Africa. He was crowned a prince in Africa. Reverend Jackson. Yes. In 2015, he was awarded an honorary degree of Doctor Honoris from the University of Edinburgh in recognition of decades of campaigning for civil rights. Decades. Wow. Once again, he was 24 when he was with Dr. King, and he just died at the age of 84. Yes. And so in 2021, he was appointed commander of the Legion of Honor. He also was elected an honorary fellow of his hometown college in Cambridge, and he received an honor of Doctor of Humane Letters degree from Benedict College
South Carolina. Stand up.
In South Carolina.
HBCU.
Also, did you know that our pioneer leader was a triple threat athletic star?
No.
Y'all didn't know he was an athlete.
He has to be an athlete. Like, think
hot dog eating don't count.
Like all he got done. Look at all that you just said.
No.
Hot dog eating don't count.
He had to be an athlete.
In high school alone, he was a triple threat athlete, earning varsity letters in baseball, football, and basketball. Did you know the Chicago White Sox was going to offer him a space on the team? He turned it down to accept a football scholarship at the University of Illinois. The Chicago White Sox. And
don't know if I would have turned that
But
down.
no.
Well,
This
back
is
then,
why he turned it down. Because back then it was just a
a
space.
Yeah, it was a different.
It wasn't even.
well, he
Okay.
might have.
Well,
Well, he could have been signing some $1 million contracts.
Not
He
back
could have been
then. Wasn't
signing.
no $1 million contract.
Well,
Not
I don't
back
know.
then.
But
Not-
whatever,
You know,
the,
sports
but
is
whatever
my
the
thing.
value of
Yeah.
whatever he was gonna get, it was probably relevant for that time.
Free hot dogs for the whole year.
He's like, no.
Jesse Jackson's like, no, I'm good.
Now his first arrest. So Jesse Jackson went to jail like others for the cause, not because he was doing anything irrelevant or wrong, but for the first arrest occurred in 1960 at a whites-only public library in Greenville, South Carolina, because they were trying to integrate the library, and they wanted to. The group wanted to get arrested so that it would bring attention to the cause, and that was his first arrest in 1960.
Could you all do that? Would you be arrested for the cause?
Back
I
then,
can't say that I would be
Now,
arrested
Back
for
then,
a cause.
back then I would have. Right now, I don't know.
No.
I don't know about getting arrested for the
No.
cause because
I
they
can't
shoot.
say.
Hey, they shoot.
They're not just arresting people.
Hey,
no
Earl,
more.
they not
Right.
just arresting people now.
They even worse
shooting, beating you
with it.
down. They gonna tase you till your heart stop. What's going on?
Exactly. So it is
Ooh.
now time for the person-to-person segment.
You gonna let
and
Lady Crystal read it?
Lady Crystal,
You
you
gonna
can
read-
read the person-to-person letter if you want. It's time for the person-to-person
Mm-mm.
letter, and this is where we dive into a situationship. If you have a situation that you would like for us to dive into for the dinner crew, send us your letter at Simeon Henderson number 9 at gmail.com. That's Simeon Henderson number 9 at gmail.com. If you have any feedback or anything that you would like to share about knowing who Jesse Jackson is, if you've met him, if you've experienced the worship service at Rainbow Push, call us at 708-223-8953. We would love to hear from you. And now on deck is tonight's Real Talk letter.
All right, y'all bear with me. These are fashion glasses, not readers.
Looking good.
Greetings, Real Talk. Your show is enjoyable. I'm going to skip the small talk and get right to the chase. My 17-year-old son, Jermaine, is dating a young lady by the name of Edie. They attend high school together. I have interacted with the young lady on a few occasions. She attended Jermaine's birthday party. She also attended a family barbecue we hosted at our home this past summer. I was in my bedroom reading a good Terry McMillan book. Girl, I feel
Which
you.
one? I'm not here to ask. 708-223-8953.
When I heard the elevation of voices, I realized the two were arguing. I overheard my son refer to the young lady as a B. I was absolutely appalled. After hearing this, I immediately entered the family room where the two were and demanded my son apologize. I told my son I don't give a damn how angry he becomes. He is to control his emotions and never disrespect a young lady. I don't care whether she's black, white, or otherwise. It is never okay for men to disrespect women with physical or verbal abuse. Although I am a single mother, I have intentionally expressed to my son how to treat women. I asked him how will he feel if he heard a man refer to me in such a disrespectful manner. He responded, it would anger him. I told him that's why he should never treat a woman in a demeaning manner. Real talk. I am not okay with how my son referred to this young lady. I'm still angry. He's currently being punished until I get over his harsh choice of Simeon's reaction. His harsh choice of word. He does not have anger issues. He is not temperamental. I tend to think he's feeling his testosterone and is misunderstood of how to channel his energy, trying to demonstrate himself to be a dominant male. I also think he's misled by his male friends at school. Real talk, your expertise as influential leaders and mentors can offer a powerful solution for my son to understand that a young man should live and act responsibly at all times. Signed, trying to teach a boy how to become a gentleman.
All right, ladies, what do you think? He
Ladies,
referred to her as a B. Got heated.
I got what I want to say. So
the
I'm gonna
first
wait.
thing that stood out to me was her saying, she told her son, I don't give a damn.
That-
So I'm like, okay, he heard this language before, for one, probably. So that's one of the parts of like, kids are sponges. He's grown. Not grown, but he's older. But kids are still sponges. And so how you talk around them, the conversations you have around them do matter. So it's also like, make sure that you don't come at him with the same language you are punishing him for using.
Okay. Well, what does
one thing?
It don't seem like she would be by the way she's talking.
Right. She
It
seems
seemed like she-
extremely
yeah.
disappointed. Yeah.
But go ahead, Wanda. I'm gonna wait.
But yeah, Wanda has something.
Yeah.
No, I was really gonna say I really think you to your opinion means a little bit more. Like she's
As a woman
searching for a
yeah.
man's opinion of how to talk to her son, because we as women, some of us, if we don't speak to her, we need your help in how to.
Y'all know about Terry McMillan books.
I love
who is Terry McMillan?
Why are you talking about Terry McMillan instead of helping a young man referring to
the
girl?
So here we go. Honestly,
we'll get back to that.
First of all, this is a real black mama. When she said, "I don't give a damn," I think she did everything she could not to snatch him up
in that moment
in front of her.
Right.
And here's the thing I want to find out: how old is he? Because first of all,
I think she said 17 in the opening.
But that's what threw me off. First of all, she said, she punished him.
He's a teenager.
But he's old enough to have a girlfriend over, and you still getting punished. Then you need to. You
can be 17 and have company.
No, this is what I'm saying. 17 is coming into that 18 adulthood. You should be. I would be embarrassed if I got punished at 17 years old. I didn't get punished at 17 years old.
You did. What happened if you did something
wrong? You didn't do mischievous stuff at 17?
I think she should have punished him.
You probably weren't.
I'm saying, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about him. He should be ashamed of himself.
Oh, for
his mother having to punish him at 17 years old, and he's having girls over. Like, where's your maturity, young man? And who are you paying attention to? You have to look at positive role models and look at how, like your mom said, this is the first thing I ask young men when I hear them talk to women like that. Would you want somebody to talk to your mom, your grandma, your sister like that? And their first response is, man, I'll be trying to fight. I said, so what makes you think she don't have nobody that's going to be trying to whoop you because you treating her wrong or putting your hands on them? So to this young man, if you want to have the luxury of having a girl over, having a girlfriend, you have to know how to treat women. You have to learn. And if you don't know, you need to get you a mentor and you need to ask questions, because this is one thing that young men don't do all the time. They don't ask questions. And us as older guys, when we see them, if we're interacting with them, one of the things we need to talk to them about is how to talk to women, how to respect women, not just people, but particularly women, because we see too many times where these young guys are putting their hands on these young ladies or hurting them and doing something that they shouldn't. And I think it's because they don't have the right guidance.
Well, it's a couple of things that I can dissect from this. I wanted the ladies to chime in because I wanted the ladies to educate any young females that's listening how to require a man to treat you. Because I think that a lot of times the emphasis becomes on what boys should be taught, but girls need to have strong fathers in their lives so that they know what real love looks like. One of my best buddies would always get his daughter a gift for Valentine's Day. Because that set an expectation. That was setting an expectation. And so if somebody can't treat you as good as you can treat yourself, they don't need to be with you. And that's what young women need to hear. That's why I wanted the ladies to chime in. As far as the young man, I don't know that because the mother said, I don't give a damn. I think she was just standing there as a strong female, as a woman. I don't know that it was so much of him. Right. I don't know that it was so much of him or hearing, language or verbiage that inspires him to use profanity or mistreat anyone. It could, when he said it to that girl, it could have triggered something in the mother's past. We don't know.
And she meant what she said.
And
she
so,
meant that.
right. And so she's saying, I'll be damned if you're going to be my son and treat this young lady or treat women like these leftovers have treated me. And like, she didn't say that verbatimly, but that could have been the feeling, because there was an emotion that this mother had that was attached to this experience. And it wasn't her, but that girl's story wasn't far removed from her experience.
And then he did it like his mama wasn't even there, and she was right.
Well,
in the house.
no, but here's the deal. What you don't, because we had another letter similar to this where there was activity in the house where parents were. You think the parents are sitting right there. The mother was in the bedroom reading a book.
Yeah.
They were in the family room, maybe watching TV, talking, whatever.
But I'm saying the fact that he was so loud with
but here's the deal. What happened? We all do that. Our adrenaline flows. When we get into an argument, things get heated.
Yeah.
Our adrenaline and our energy level rises.
Right.
So he lost his place. He forgot where he was because he's snapping off. I don't know what they was arguing about. Maybe maybe some guy texted her.
Yeah.
You don't know what he saw. You don't know. Maybe he snatched her phone, and it could have been. It could have been a number of things because the mother doesn't talk about the young lady's reaction or response. She only hones in to how appalled she was by the fact that her son referred to this girl as a B.
And that's the thing right there. No matter what they were arguing about or what was going on, her point to him was, I don't care what happened. You don't talk to no young lady like that.
Exhaust, right. You maintain self-control.
Yes.
So to your point, Fly Guy, about if it triggered something in the mother, that could be an opportunity for her to kind of tell the girl, like, don't let him talk to you like that.
Yeah.
Like, don't let a man talk to you.
Oh yeah, she could.
Twofold, like, correct your son, but also tell the young lady you also don't deserve that.
You don't. And she could, and I don't know if the young lady is quote unquote consistent because it doesn't say how long these two are been together. And they teenagers, she's 17. And to Simeon's point, you get on punishment when you're 17. Fly Guy got on punishment at 17. Let me cut school and get caught. You know, let me
Why
do
you
something.
School, Fly Guy?
Fly Guys being Fly Guy.
Hey, I bet you wasn't too fly on punishment, was you?
What would Jesse Louis Jackson say about you?
All I can say is, Reverend Jackson, I had senioritis, baby. I probably invented senioritis.
So check this out. Hey, Earl, Lady Crystal wanted to be Fly Guy. I was so scared of my mama that when I was a senior in high school, now I was popular. I was homecoming king. I did not ditch on senior ditch day. Hey, look, man, Emma was my mama.
Neither.
My mama name is Emma, and I don't care what you, or nobody else. And guess what? I didn't ditch, and then they let us out early, and I still caught up with everybody and didn't get in trouble because I don't care what nobody say. Had I ditched and my mama found out, I was gonna be in trouble. So I didn't do it.
I didn't get punishments. I got whooped.
I got hit with Hot Wheel tracks.
Hey,
my mama
you act like right. You like he gonna 17.
No. What I was trying to get, maybe I didn't convey it right at first. What I was trying to say, he should be ashamed of himself being that old and
calling women bees and he get no punishment.
And then having your mama gotta punish you. You bringing girls, he probably got a car, and now you punished. Like you should be ashamed of yourself. That's why I'll say this last thing to the women. Young ladies watching the show, women, men that have young ladies, don't let your with a dummy. And here's what I mean. Y'all want to hear it?
I got that.
So look, don't let them get with a dummy. Why? So
I've been with a dummy.
That's what that mama said.
What I mean is this: a dummy is somebody who's gonna stop you from doing your homework, who's gonna keep you out late, who's gonna make you get in trouble. All they want to know too well. But look, because if you get with a dummy and you stay with a dummy, then one day later on, y'all gonna get married and y'all gonna have some babies. And y'all can call them little dum-dums.
Oh my God.
I've always said I'll never procreate with a dummy ever in my life.
Exactly. But people do it. People do it. She said again.
We all make mistakes. We all been bit by the love bug. But
anyway, back to the poor lady.
Trying to teach a boy how to become a gentleman. We hope that your young person learns some responsibility and take him. If you see this becoming a pattern, make sure you take your son to get some counseling. I don't know if there's a role model or a male out there that he has that he can become grounded with to help create a firm foundation. But we definitely we definitely want to support that. And you can call us at the show, and myself and Simeon would be happy to talk one-on-one and deep with your son. You can hit us up at 708-223-8953.
Can I ask you all a question?
Oh, yes.
Do you think the music the children listen to may have an impact, like hearing women call themselves
definitely
bees,
definitely
or hearing it in music?
I think that it could, but I think that parents have to teach their children that that's entertainment and that's the arts. That may not necessarily be sexy red art. Glorilla art. Glorilla is art. Megan Thee Stallion, I'm sure she don't go around calling herself a savage in real life. I think that
she's a lover girl now.
That part, see, Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh yeah, Megan is.
So
yeah,
I don't think that
on
young people have to learn. Just like when Boys in the Hood was out, people thought that's really the life that Ice Cube lived. When we see Snoop and Dre in music videos, and there's money, and all of that is fake. That's an act.
And they renting cars.
But we don't know how to differentiate with that. I think that hearing it, yes, it can add negative influence, but I think that parents have to control what they allow their young person to listen to. If it says explicit on the package, they shouldn't be listening.
But you can't stop them, Fly Guy.
But you need
but not with these things.
But you have to educate them.
No, I know.
But you have to, but you still I still say parents have a responsibility. Yeah, you can sneak and do things, but even if you think they're sneaking and doing it, educate them on what it is they're experimenting and exposing themselves to. So that's important.
My mama did break the CD every time she found it.
and look, and we got mad, but wouldn't try to get another one.
And speaking of arts and entertainment, the Michael Jackson biopic is coming April 24th, 2026. Now, Jafar Jackson.
I knew you was gonna talk about this.
That's right, baby. Jafar Jackson. I don't know why he wasn't MJ.
He's talking like he know who he was. You knew who Jafar was?
That's your main son. You didn't know. You don't know. So you ain't been to the Jackson house in Gary wanted to be.
No.
You ain't never been on 2300 Jackson Street. They have not been to 2300 Jackson Street. 2300 Jackson Street is a real address. That is the home of the Jackson
Trip. A dinner
trip.
We just not gonna drive the intellectual.
My
mobile.
God.
I don't think that's
Well,
gonna make
the biopic
no
is coming. The biopic is coming in April. Everyone should see. So there's a clip out there, and Jafar Jackson actually looks just like Michael. He's nailed the moves. I mean, did you see MJ the musical? Wanda B, come on now. Wanda B. She didn't see MJ the musical.
She saw MJ in concert.
Wanda B think Billie Jean's still on the top 20 charts.
Oh, wow. He said it's not.
It's not for real. I was wondering when y'all was talking about a stallion.
She thought people really went swimming in Lake Minnetonka. You know that?
Oh my God. Oh my God. So the film is telling the story of Michael Jackson's life beyond music, tracing his journey from the discovery of his extraordinary talent as the lead singer of the Jackson 5 to the visionary artist whose creative ambition fueled a relentless pursuit to become the biggest entertainer in the world. Now, I saw MJ the musical, and it went over his life. He was a perfectionist, and unfortunately, his father really got in his head. I mean, we can make jokes about hearing voices in his head.
He was a Virgo.
I don't know, but Joe Jackson.
Virgo's at the table.
Wow.
I'm a Virgo, baby, but if I'm in your head, it's for a good reason. If you hear Fly Guy, I'm gonna just say like this: you gonna need a fan. That's all I'm gonna say. Where them fans at? But that is
if you didn't know this about Fly Guy, no, we are in the Radio Hall of Fame.
But yes, we did. We made it to the Black Radio Hall of Fame, baby, October 2024. So that's MJ. The biopic is coming in April. Make sure you all check it out and support the life and legacy of Michael Jackson. Unfortunately, Michael Jackson was hooked on medication for sleep disorder, and just shows you how addicting things can be. But such a great talent. We loved him, and I'm gonna go see it just like I did MJ the musical. I like Michael Jackson.
That's one of those core
Mama say, Mama sa, Mama makusa. Mama say, Mama sa, Mama makusa. Mama say, Mama sa, Mama makusa.
I was trying not to go there, but y'all brought it up. Third, Mama I was trying to hold on.
So, Simba, what's going on with the NBA All-Star Game, the Winter Olympics, B-ball, all kind of sports stuff going on?
Well, first of all, let's talk about Brandy. Brandy sang the national
She
anthem.
did.
Hey,
I thought she was gonna break out with
good.
The Boy Is Mine.
Hey, it was good, but
So we missed it in Chicago.
I got one question. Why was she whispering? Like the background singers, they was humming. They was killing. And then Brandon come in.
I think Brandy was trying to sing pretty. She was trying to sing pretty.
It was good, but it ended so abruptly. But it was good. I will say it was good, but I'm just still mad at her for when her and Monica and Kelly Rowland, they came to Chicago and they did every song except The Boy Is Mine. So I was mad about that because that's the only song I wanted to hear, really. But it's all good. So, but the All-Star Game was really good. The NBA All-Star Game 2026, youth prevails in all U.S. Final as Team Stars wins in thrilling USA versus World format. So they did a new format with the All-Star Game where you had the people from here playing against the people from like
everywhere,
Turkey, Israel, and France and all of that. And it was really interesting. It was entertaining because no one wanted to lose.
Well, that's natural.
No. See, you don't watch sports like we do.
NBA, right?
In the All-Star Game, it got
wants
to
to
a
lose?
point where they were just out there playing. Everybody just shooting 3-pointers, shooting from half court. But it was competitive because we wanted bragging rights to say we beat America, or we wanted bragging rights to say we beat the world. So they really played for real. And Kawhi Leonard went off. He was killing. My boy LeBron had this nasty dunk. Anthony Edwards, all of that, man, I could go on and on, but it was really cool. And 2 teams of the U.S. players and 1 team of world players played 3 12-minute games in a round-robin format to set up a winner-take-all. And it was the U.S. against the world, but
who won?
The world won. They won to beat the U.S. team. But it was cool. It was a good show, and they had a good time.
Does the world team have a lot of U.S. players on it? A lot
They
of times
do.
our
They
players
do. They
are
do.
over there.
They do.
Okay.
Yes, they do. It was more like the younger players.
Everybody wasn't in the NBA, or yes?
No, everybody was in the NBA for this.
Okay.
For it, you're thinking about the Celebrity All-Star Game or something. No, everybody for this. Everybody was in the NBA for this one.
Okay.
But then you had the All-Star Game, and Dame Lillard won the 3-point contest.
All right.
He's not even playing right now in
Wow.
the season, but he not even playing because he had a ruptured Achilles. But he's
He can shoot though.
coming back. But he shot and he won. So yeah, so that was good. And
Who won the slam dunk contest?
that's what I want. That's what I want to get to, the slam dunk contest. But and the crazy thing is, I'm really upset because I didn't see the slam dunk contest.
I didn't see the slam dunk
I
contest.
did not see the slam
only thing
dunk
I saw
contest.
was a picture of Queen Latifah like on the sideline,
And I saw Michelle Rock.
They
Yeah,
were
they were in
that
that
place.
place.
That was the
we
next
all-
thing. That was the next
what
thing
I
I
saw.
want to talk about. Brock didn't even have no socks on.
What? Okay, is that all you can remember? His ankles weren't ashy, were they?
So
Long as his ankles wasn't ashy.
Devin Booker. So Devin Booker came over there. First it was Djokovic. And Djokovic almost fell on him, and Barack caught the ball, and then Devin Booker came over there, gave him a hug, and I noticed when he gave him a hug, he leaned over, he had no socks.
That's okay.
So,
That's okay.
He from Hawaii. He's from Hawaii.
He was ready to let it
But it was really cool seeing him there, and especially in the light of everything that's been going on, what's been said, seeing them still be stellar and stand up people and just continue to support.
That's that resilience.
And that's that resilience.
That's that black love and resilience. To keep you
and
going.
And then I want to say this: Madonna is in the news. She says, "I'm rooting for you, Amber Glenn." Sends heartfelt message to the U.S. Olympian. Now, let me say something about the Olympics. There was the young lady. What was her name? The ski lady.
Lindsey Vonn.
Lindsey Vonn. Lindsey Vonn she ruptured her ACL or fractured her ACL.
She ruptured it.
She ruptured her ACL, and then she decided that she was going to still compete. Now, I'm sorry. I don't know if you know anything about sports, but if you have a ruptured ACL, your ACL is that thing that allows you to go side to side, up and down, hold your knee in place.
Wow.
And if you know skiing, downhill skiing, your knees are all over the place.
And you have to make turns. But she clipped
that lady,
a flag,
that
right?
lady,
Turn on
That's
turn.
and I
that
wasn't
lady-
laughing at the
that
fact
lady
that
hit
she
that-
injured herself, but the
You
way
was laughing at the
Simeon-
fact.
No.
You laughing at the fact that why you doing this?
You right, because I thought that actually she was healed, or because when
How?
she came, because listen, when she came out, she talked about the injury, but said she was full strength.
But I think she was in a space of like trying to psych
Pump
herself
herself
out.
up, yeah.
Like trying to say like it's not going to affect.
Remember
me,
that song?
What?
With his stripes, I am
This
healed.
dude got a song for
May
everything.
have some scars.
This dude got a song
I am
for
healed.
No, but
everything.
ACL.
was like was back and forth.
Yeah.
So when you are skiing, you gotta go side to side
Yes.
sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Right, no,
she
you
broke
do.
She
No,
broke
no.
her leg in like three. It was like ridiculous. Like
No.
her leg was all messed up, but it was because she didn't have an ACL.
Wow.
So in this last piece, it talked about Amber Glenn, right? It said, here's a moment Amber Glenn will never forget. The Team USA figure skater was surprised at the Winter Olympics by a personal video message from her inspiration, Madonna. Okay, and you all know
That's
who
an
Madonna
awesome
is,
experience.
the material girl in the material world.
Vogue.
And
Not the virgin, honey.
no, Madonna was a freak. She was not a virgin. That was just a song.
Okay.
Am I lying?
I don't
No,
know.
I don't know Madonna
I don't
like
know.
that. Right.
You know what?
She's
I'm so
like a
tired of black
virgin.
people. I don't know what to do. Girl,
I don't know
everybody in the
Madonna
world
like
know that
that.
Madonna's a freak. Now these
I
two
don't
next to
know.
me
How we know?
gonna try to act like they.
Only
don't-
thing
ain't
I
never
know is
heard about
Madonna was married to Sean Penn.
Man.
That's all I know. And I
Guy
don't know.
Ritchie.
And
That-
she used to
that
mess around.
part.
Did she used to mess around with Diddy?
I don't know.
Tupac.
Oh,
and Diddy.
wow. Okay.
Oh,
Come on.
Dennis Rodman too?
Dennis Rodman too.
Okay, then shift.
Now you okay? Thank
Okay, now we know.
you. Hey, so Rodman solidifies it.
Well, once you get named
Hey.
5 people, I'm like, okay.
Hey. Hey.
No, but I'm
At
sorry.
least she's
I'm-
diversity and inclusive.
that she is.
That's that part right
She
there.
sure can't pick. And everybody she picked had some issues.
Now, speaking of music and those in the music industry, Uncle Luke, y'all remember Uncle Luke,
Let me
Doodoo
see
Brown.
your
I want to rock.
fucking
I want to rock.
Yep.
Uncle Luke is running for Congress
Okay,
in
now.
Florida after decades of fighting for his
Okay.
community, from the courtroom defending free speech all the way to the United States Supreme Court. Luke, 65-year-old Uncle Luke Campbell, says his priorities include job creation, affordable housing, and investing in youth programs.
Okay.
Campbell will run for the seat
Okay.
currently held by embattled Congresswoman Sheila Sherfilis McCormick, who was indicted
Oh,
for alleged campaign fraud and multiple other charges. He's running for Congress in Florida. Good luck to you, Uncle Luke. We want to rock. We want to rock with you. We want to rock. We
that's
want to
why
rock
he ain't gonna win.
now.
That's why he ain't gonna win right there.
Right.
Because as soon as he get up there and try to do a debate,
All
somebody
right.
gonna say,
Big
instead of
butts
saying,
that
boy,
cannot
you
lie.
better say, let me see you shake them things, bust them good and do them brown. If we don't want to hear them
Oh my
What you think?
God.
What is that? What the
All
Some-
they gotta do is start playing his videos on the screen.
That's
and-
it.
Like, it's supposed to
Earl.
be like
Some
this.
things never change. I don't care how people try to evolve. The world will take you right back to where they
You
met
did
you.
too.
He led the charge.
You did it first.
You started it.
That was my
But
point.
no, I saw this coming. More celebrities are definitely gonna step up and try to run for
Oh.
office because it can be done.
For
So you can
something.
just run.
Did
You
you all
can.
hear? This is the last one, and this is under sports. Stephen A. Smith said he's seriously thinking
I heard
about
that,
putting
but I
his hat in for the Democratic convention. First of all, if you don't
Like
sit
running
your
for president?
hammer,
yes,
if you don't sit your hammer forehead down,
yes.
just keep talking about sports.
But this is not the first time Stephen A. Smith has spoken out and said he was going to
No.
run. I saw
Sit down,
that,
Stephen A.
and I intentionally left it out of tonight's
No,
agenda.
no, I know
But
about that.
Simeon over here wanted to talk
Yeah,
about it.
because
So because we know that that's not going to go far.
no,
That's an attention grabber.
come on, man.
You know, that's an
And that's
attention
all he's
grabber.
about.
He's not a politician, but the man in the Oval Office isn't either.
Hey!
But here's the deal. The black man may not get to the Oval Office. The white man got privilege. That's what got him down the yellow brick road. So he landed in the Oval Office.
And he
Exactly.
and he said,
That
grab
part.
him by the.
You know, but the playing field for us, since we talking about sports, is a different playing field for others.
Yeah.
I can quarterback my game on turf, artificial. They quarterback theirs on grass, the real thing. You see, there's the difference. So, Simeon, as we get ready to wrap up, drop your motivational message, Lady Crystal. We're going to
let the ladies
pivot
go first.
to you.
Let the ladies go.
I just want to say,
Take us out on some
like I
strong.
said, I've been reflecting on a lot of Dr. Jackson's work today, and I just want to say, like, keep going, keep fighting, keep doing what you're doing. If you are a part of the activist movement, if you are a part of a collective movement, if you're a part of anything that is benefiting your community and providing something positive, uplifting in your environment, keep going. I know it gets tiring. I know we get exhausted. We, as a collective, we deserve rest. So take your rest, take your time, but get right back to it. Don't give up.
That part right there. Affirm us, wanted to be.
I want to continue the legacy of teaching the youth in your own home. Start there first. Start being in charge of your own home and the youth in your home. Make them say, I am somebody. Teach them pride. We need to go back to having Black pride, and that being a part of everyday thoughts of what the way they dress, the way they speak. Besides not calling women out their name, not calling themselves the N-word, let's really start taking back and claiming pride, but it starts in our own homes.
That part right there. Our fly guy tells you, Jesse Jackson said, down with dope, up with hope. Look in the mirror and tell the man or the woman in the mirror that I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me, because Jesse Jackson was also a reverend. He was ordained in the Baptist faith. And so as we give ourselves affirmation, we need to go with God, because at the end of the day, if we try to go without God, we're not going very far. Talk to God every day. He would love to hear from you. So give him a holler.
So I want to end tonight by saying part of one of Reverend Jackson's speeches. Okay. Tonight we pause and give praise and honor to God for being good enough to allow us to be at this place at this time. When I look out at this convention, I see the face of America, red, yellow, brown, black, and white. We are all precious in God's sight. The real Rainbow Coalition. All of us who are here think that we are seated, but we're really standing on someone's shoulders. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Rosa Parks, the mother of civil rights movement, and Dr. Martin Luther King, I want to express my deep love and appreciation and support for all of you. Thank you.
All right. This been Real Talk, and it's been real. We would love to see you next week.
Have dinner with us.
That's
dinner
right.
crew.
Fat Tuesday.
Hey.
Today is Fat Tuesday. Get you some potchkis.
And the Lunar New Year.
That part right there.
Happy Lunar New Year. It is the year of what?
The horse. The fire horse.
It's the year of the fire horse. And in